So, this week on 5 Brilliant Things, we have the wonderful stand-up comedian Sean McLoughlin.
Let's see if you'd take this gig, right? They're saying, hey, we're doing an outdoor screening of Grease or Mamma Mia. There's going to be about 1,000 people there, a lot of kids, and we want you to do 45 minutes of stand-up before it starts.
God, tell me more.
I really love mosh pits.
Okay.
Sometimes I go in with my wife, and I've never loved her more than when I see her in the mosh pit, because she's this sweet woman, kindest person, and then like a switch turns. She's Fred West. She's just a killer in there. Jean-Luc Picard, played by a man who is brilliant. I mean, one of the best actors ever, but is effectively like a 75-year-old horn dog.
Well, they say that about the fella who was inside the R2-D2 robot. Kenny Baker, yeah. I don't know if this is true, but my friend Sam says he was jacking off in that. It really spoils the film. You're trying to listen to what's happening to the Empire, and you see him have a wiggle, and you're like, Kenny's just blown his spuds. Here we go. Sean, how are you?
I'm really good, thanks. How are you?
Very well indeed. Now, we should start the episode where we've both got drinks in front of us.
Yeah.
And it turns out that we have a lot of people who listen to the show. Thanks for listening. But they get very upset when we slurp or drink or belch or make noises.
Is that really? When you say make noises, do you include speech in that? Is that
Speech is fine. That's
Okay.
that's the only thing they're here for.
Shout out to the Misophonia crew, brap brap.
Yeah, don't do any of that. But I think they are genuinely livid. So enjoy your tea. It's mainly me because
Okay.
I'm a scratcher and a belcher. I make noises. I mean,
I've got
God knows how they would have got on at the BAFTAs, because a slurp is, in comparison.
I mean, it's your fault for doing this during a because we have whiskey flights in front of us, right? You always
That's right.
you insist on doing this at a sort of at a wet brunch,
Yeah,
a sort of
exactly.
bottomless brunch.
And we have an alcoholic warthog in the corner. That isn't you, Dan. That was me. I was trying to think of
Why
something.
did you point at me?
I did. I pointed away. Well, But anyways, enjoy your tea.
I'm gonna have a sip
never have
now,
you been
everyone.
more nervous. Okay.
I'm
Do
gonna
it away
take
from do it away from the mic.
Shall I go to the next postcode for this?
That was all right. Very good.
That could have been fine. Good.
How are you? What a terrible way of saying hello.
No, it's really nice to see you. I'm really good, actually. I'm quite tired. We're doing this early, and one of my trains was cancelled, so I'm delighted to be here. So I'm sort of still in that afterglow of I've made it, and I was 1 minute on time.
Yeah. The Japanese never get that feeling.
No, they don't.
That sense of I made it, because they always do.
No. And if you want slurpers on the mic, the Japanese, my word, they've got to be the slurpiest people out there.
Yes, my God. Again, to put it into context, I could be a Japanese comedian.
Yeah.
And have you ever eaten in Japan?
I've never done anything in Japan.
My God, it's crazy. It's so much fun, but you have to. Well, to some of the kind of ramen places, you queue behind, and you just wait for your turn. And if you are not a fan of the slurpy noises, then you're going to be hit hard.
I would say, is that sort of a hard rule you should say to your listeners right now? Like, do not go to Japan under any circumstances.
Oh my God, if they're upset with my occasional drinking, then that nation could kill them.
Can I just qualify your answer? You say you've done nothing in Japan. Does that mean you've never been to Japan, or you went there?
Sorry, yeah, that would have been an
deliberately
easy
did
way of
nothing?
putting it. That would have been an easy way of putting it. Is I've never been to Japan.
All right.
Yeah. It's not like I went there and I thought, you know what, I've ticked this one off. Yeah, I've had a changeover at Kyoto Airport.
I kind of did that in China when I did shows there. I kind of had one look around. Apologies to the Chinese, but I was just like, not for me. This. Just
Really?
Yeah, fucking.
Why is that?
Just it was so disgusting. Like everywhere looked like it was going to give me food poisoning. So I ate at McDonald's for 3 days, and then did a gig that the government were at, and they were watching every word I said. So as far as sort of travel, it wasn't that relaxing.
This is fascinating. What was the gig like in terms of
Insane.
Yeah.
There was government officials there who were. We'd had to send a script. And I wasn't following the script because guess what? I was in Shanghai, and the script was from Swindon, and they were furious. And it was really odd. And there was kind of 2,000 people there, and that I found out years later that it all closed down. So stand-up comedy was going to be a thing in China, and then they were at that gig, and then there was a comedy club that ran one night, and they went, "Oh, this can't happen."
So you were the canary who died in the
was-
coal mine.
I killed comedy for the Chinese.
There's a
Because
billion people
Yeah,
will never
I know.
laugh again
This is
because
a huge market that I ruined for all of us. But they realised that this could get out of hand in terms of people, having something to say outside of the kind of regime.
that's interesting.
Really, really weird.
And so did you were, I guess, officially censored there in a government sense, or was everything you sent
It was
approved?
It was very much kind of, there was just a big picture of the Dalai Lama and a cross through it, but everything else was all right.
I was censored once by the Swansea Council.
Okay.
Officially, because I was doing gigs during lockdown where I had to this is a crazy sentence, but this is where we were in lockdown. I was hired to do a run of shows before outdoor screenings of Grease across the country.
Which is a real moment into where we were all at, that you would go like, I'll do it.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
This is the gig, Russell. Let's see if you take this gig, right? Let's see if you take this gig. They're saying, hey, we're doing an outdoor screening of Grease or Mamma Mia. There's going to be about 1,000 people there, a lot of kids, and we want you to do 45 minutes of stand-up before it starts.
God, tell me more. Wow.
And
You said yes.
well, I had to say, I mean, the money was good, and it was an opportunity to see Swansea, which, when you've been shacked up
Yeah.
for 2 years, you take it. And I was doing a weekend in Swansea, and I was opening for Grease. When you dream of doing tour support as a comedian, normally you think you're going to open for a comedian. So Saturday night, no, it's the Friday night, had a great gig. But I should point out, this is when it was. 2 days later, England were about to be in the final of the Euros.
Right.
So I thought, I've had a great gig on this Friday. 45 minutes. They're in the palm of my hand. So I thought, as a joke at the end, I go, hey, to celebrate the football on Sunday, why don't we have one last rendition, all of us, of It's Coming Home? Now, keep in mind, I'm in Swansea.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought they would find that funny, and because they already liked me and because they're about to see Grease. It's very difficult for them to enjoy Grease, given how much they were booing me the minute I said, they were booing. And the next night I came back and the film wasn't Grease. It was a film I think it's called Local Hero, which is like a really cult 90s dark comedy, Welsh set. Right. It was not a family crowd. And the council said, you cannot mention the football to this crowd because it will kick off. Yeah, and so I didn't. I left, and I found out they ran out of beer 10 minutes into the film, and the police had to be called before the end of the screening.
Wow. God.
So yeah, I have been censored like you. Yes. But and like you, it was for my own safety. And like you, comedy has never returned to that place.
Well, it's lovely to see you. Is what I was trying to say. What is your first brilliant thing?
My first brilliant thing is Star Trek: The Next Generation. Okay. My favourite television show. Do you have much of a relationship with this show?
Not really.
Okay.
I've met your man.
Patrick Stewart?
Yes.
Okay.
But Dan told me before the episode that I can't tell my Patrick Stewart story.
Why?
No,
because
I said you can't tell your Patrick Stewart story again.
Because I've told it many times. But it's
on this podcast.
Sure.
Okay.
But it's one of those stories. It's so good that I can't help but repeat it.
I'd like. Can you at least give me? Can you at least tell me what the episode is?
Just the one-liner. Just the one-liner.
Okay.
He introduced me. I was doing a show at the time called Wonderbox, and he went, "This young act has got a show called Wonderbox. That's what I call my wife's pussy."
No, he didn't say that, did he?
He did, yeah.
He's a bit of a card, isn't he, Patrick Stewart?
He is definitely a bit of a card.
He's like because he got famous playing this role on Star Trek: Next Generation. Jean-Luc Picard, who's this incredibly cerebral, brilliant mind,
Shakespearean actor.
Shakespearean. The whole point of this character is diplomacy is the main thing, and the human spirit can overcome any adversity. It's played by a man who is brilliant. I mean, one of the best actors ever, but is effectively like a 75-year-old horn dog.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. Well, they say that about the fella who was inside the R2D2 robot, wasn't it?
Kenny Baker.
Yeah. I don't know if this is true, but my friend Sam says he was jacking off in that. I don't know.
You can actually see,
allegedly.
See behind R2 the trails.
But Sam is adamant that he had like a music stand in there so he could really have a go at himself.
Are you serious?
Well, my friend Sam says so.
Okay.
So you take that with a pinch of salt. But as soon as it's said and you see R2D2 sort of like jiggle,
Yeah.
it really spoils the film because you're like, you're trying to listen to what's happening to the Empire, and you see him have a wiggle, and you're like, Kenny's just blown his spuds.
I do. It does make it does make sense there, because I remember Kenny Baker.
That should be a drinking game, like where you have to down a shot every time R2.
Every time you think Kenny Baker had a wank.
Yeah, exactly.
That might undermine some of the emotional resonance of the second film.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever listened to Star Wars without the music, but don't watch any of the scenes where R2's in it.
It's a much squelchier film. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, I don't.
So,
think
anyways, listen, we're getting away from your love of Star Trek.
I think I want to actually take away my first answer and go it to the my first favourite thing is the theory that R2D2 was wanking throughout the entire.
Okay, fine. Well, that could actually be rumours your friends have told you that are complete bollocks, and yet you cannot get them out of your head.
No, I agree with that.
We've all got one like that.
Star Trek Next Generation, I don't know if it was as horny as that.
I bet it was.
The making of that. It probably was a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean, it's late 80s, 90s LA.
Mm.
What I like about this TV show is, first of all, it's like in my bones as a person. Like, I've been watching it forever. And it's so clearly a fantastic piece of television, and also so clearly one of the worst shows imaginable.
Right.
But it's easy to forget this. This show was a mega hit when it was on.
Yeah.
And now it's viewed as like this nerdy kind of niche thing. This was like a mainstream, they made 4 films. Like, this is a huge hit show. And it's about space travel, and it's about, people working together. It's quite an optimistic show. And it's like if a TV show was like Dimitar Berbatov, or like a luxury player, in that one week you're watching the most incredible, mind-melding, emotional show about time travel, about stuff like that, and then the very next week it's like a level of crap that you can't even envisage anymore. It's like, we've gone to a planet and it's all bones, and they actually bite dogs. Like, that's the mystery. That's the mystery at the core of Star Trek.
Why do you think that is? Is that like rotating writers?
I think it was. I think
it must be.
I think they ended up making a show better than the one they wanted to make.
Right.
They wanted to make a big fun space adventure. They kept running out of money. And so half the episodes are just them having philosophical discussions, which is what people love about the show. But what they wanted to make was like, I mean, they wanted to make Die Hard in space, basically. And apparently all the actors did. Like, Patrick Stewart even would always say to the writers, I want to be in more action scenes. That's like John McClane. That's like Bruce Willis saying, can John McClane be an accountant in the next film? Like, it's that much of an affront. There's a whole episode.
Do you have a favourite episode?
Yeah, I like the crap episodes
Right.
more than the good ones.
Right.
Because I think there's more humanity there. The great episodes there's one called Yesterday's Enterprise. It's genuinely almost impossible to mention, to even talk about it, because if you don't know anything about Star Trek, it's so in lore. There's a great one where Jean-Luc Picard gets abducted by the Borg, and assimilated by the Borg, who are like the cyborg. Do you know who the Borg are?
Yeah.
That was over 2 episodes, wasn't it, or more?
Thank you very much. It certainly was. The best of both worlds, part 1, part 2. Maybe the greatest cliffhanger in TV history. But my favourite episode is probably one called Sub Rosa, where they find a whole planet, and normally, like, they'll have a very heavy-handed metaphor at the core of these episodes. So they'll find like a planet that's clearly meant to represent like trans people, or clearly meant to represent some persecuted people, and they talk about this is an entire planet of Scottish people. Right. They go to a planet of Scottish people. I don't know how they've got away with this.
Yeah.
And there's a ghost in it.
Right.
And that's my favourite episode, because it's such a spectacular folly. Like, they've swung so hard, it's missed so massively. And
why is that your favourite? Just because of how?
Because it's so shit. It's just
so naff. Yeah.
But it's like naff on a level that I don't think they make TV that naff these days.
It must be very odd though, like you say, because there would have been millions of people, tens of millions of people watching this around the world. To have an episode that was jaw-droppingly brilliant, and then next week it's crap.
I think that's the biggest barrier for it today.
Yeah.
Because I have friends, and I've tried to show my wife this show, and they go, "How do I get into it?" And I do think it's like, you actually can't get into it now because they made so much of it.
It's jazz.
It's jazz, yeah. Well, it's the same as saying like, "Oh, how do I get into Noel's house party?" It's like the moment has passed.
Yes, I see that. Yeah.
You were either there in the 90s or you weren't.
And it used to be a great. Would your family watch it?
Yeah, I think another reason I love it is I'd watch it with my mum.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't think my mum liked it, but I think she liked that I liked it.
So, and then it becomes your thing.
It became our thing. That's exactly it. Yeah. Right. I don't think my mum was ever sitting at home going, "Oh, I hope Will Riker gets out of the tractor beam."
Did you repay the favour? Did you watch like The Upper Hand with her, just to kind of get one for me, one for mum?
Yeah, always. Yeah. I watched
Birds of a Feather.
Yeah, I watched Birds of a Feather with mum. Yeah,
I used to watch all of those shows.
What those old sitcoms?
Yeah, just in this desperate attempt to stay up late. My dad was away working, so I would just watch, The Upper Hand and Porridge and all these kind of like, sort of like 90s sitcoms.
Yeah.
Birds of a Feather.
I used to watch Last of the Summer Wine with my granddad. And I don't think anyone involved thought it was funny. Certainly not in our living room, not on our side of it. No one thought it was funny. But it's on.
Comfort, isn't it? It's kind of, it was there sort of like this little fire that kind of connected you. It's weird. And yet, it's a bit like Bruce Forsyth's career. I can't imagine he must have had like at least 30 years of not making anyone laugh. And yet he was kind of this figure in the corner went, oh yeah, it's fine.
It is fascinating that, isn't it?
Given that he was such a big entertainer that nobody would, I
think he was the only non-paedophile at the time.
Maybe that was his
in the whole
point.
country.
Yeah,
on telly.
Oh, right, okay.
That they could just trust to turn up, do the job, and not be extracurripaedophile.
Yeah,
I mean
that was his great strength. Yeah. On that note, do you reckon because there were so many, paedophiles in the BBC, do you reckon they ever saw Ronnie Corbett from behind, and and then.
Is this why the crankies were phased out?
That's what I mean. It's just like
Run, Jeanette!
yeah, exactly. Sorry. I was just thinking, I've never thought of that before, and then I was like, I bet he was light on his feet. Corbett.
Yeah.
I bet he was always turning.
I bet he was straight on the phone to his agent, just going, "You've got to get me an ITV contract. You've got to get me an ITV contract."
But they say people that train tigers have a picture of their face on both sides. I wonder if Corbett did that.
What do you mean they have a picture of their face on both sides?
Just remember, my friend Sam told me this thing about the way they train tigers is they have a picture of their face so that the tiger would never attack the face.
Oh,
so
okay.
If it was looking at the back of your head, and maybe Corbett was like that, he just had 4 Corbett's.
Yeah, 4 Corbett's just so
he's
Savile
always
wouldn't.
safe.
Well, hello.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's quite a heavy set one. Sorry, Ronnie. Sorry, Ron.
This 10-year-old stinks of cigarettes.
What is your next brilliant thing?
I really love mosh pits.
Okay. Wow.
Mosh pits, like
so
a
that's
gigs.
a beautiful juxtaposition between
Yeah, it is.
Star Trek and mosh pits because they feel very different.
Mosh pits, I was like an indie kid growing up, but I was surrounded by a lot of metalheads. And we would go to like very cheap metal and punk gigs, and there'd always be like a mosh pit in there. And I always enjoyed that in a kind of a teenage way, just jumping around, banging into people. Live music sort of left my life for about 10 years after I turned 18. And then now my wife's a big metalhead and I go to these like heavy gigs with her and I just love the mosh pit. And I don't go in them as much anymore because I can't, I think it's hard when you're 38 to be like moshing hard. But sometimes I go in with my wife and I've never loved her more than when I see her in the mosh pit because she's this sweet woman, kindest person. And then like a switch turns and she's Fred West. She's just a killer in there.
Yeah.
She is a killer.
Yeah.
And I just love her. I love it. And I love that they exist, I love that kids are still just going to gigs and just jumping into each other. And
Did you know about that before you first saw her in a mosh pit?
no, I didn't know.
That must have been amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty surreal. Yeah. It's like Mancunian Candidate. It's like the bass got too loud and then suddenly she turns into the Tasmanian
There must have
devil.
been a lot of emotions coming all very fast.
Yeah.
Like, I'm scared of this, I like this, I'm horny. Just so much.
Yeah. Like working in the BBC, I guess, back in the day.
I'm scared of this. I like this. I'm horny.
I'm scared of how horny I am looking at Ronnie Corbett. But I love the mosh pit, even if I'm not in it. I like that it's there. I think it's like a it's like a relic of an old age, you know. Because people say like, oh, kids don't know what to do and young people don't connect in the same way. But I was like, as long as people are still moshing. I last moshed last year. I was at a festival gig, and I just went for it. I just went in, and it wasn't particularly well attended at the band. And because I'm very tall, I don't like to lead these things because I feel like I'll just end up killing someone. But I just sort of run into this crowd of people and I go, well, wherever I end up, I'm just going to let it take me. You sort of have to give over to the mob mentality of it. But also it's quite a giving environment, you know. People look after each other in it.
Do they?
Yeah, they do. I mean, I don't know if this is always the case, but actually there's a rule that if anyone falls, immediately the mosh ends and then they have to be lifted back up.
That's lovely.
At least at the ones I go to. I'm sure if you go see like Limp Bizkit at their worst or most toxic, it probably wasn't like that.
There's a brilliant. Have you seen the video of Jason Momoa? He was in a mosh pit. Have you seen that recently?
Yeah, I have actually. Yeah,
God.
it's so cool.
But it is great, but it also, can you imagine whacking up against him? He's a big unit.
I'd rather mosh with Jason Momoa than Sean.
Why?
Elbows.
Yeah, for those who are just listening rather than watching this, which you can do on YouTube. Sean has an angular quality, and it feels like he has more elbows than the usual person.
Yeah, no, that's a cruel but fair assessment of me. For those of you who are listening as opposed to watching, you have made the right decision. For this one. I agree. I guess Jason Momoa, there's kind of a warmth to him. There's a meatiness to him.
I don't think I've ever moshed. But I'm like you. I love the idea that those things exist. I just, I've kind of got a bit of the Alan Partridge.
Oh, really?
Leave the face alone. I've got a corporate.
I think they've got like over 35s, like discos and over 35
Do they?
stuff. There's loads of stuff for like over 40s, young people version of over 40s. I think they should do like over 40s. Like mosh pit nights.
Yeah.
And you could have you'd have St. John's Ambulance there, ready to go.
Yeah. Bubble wrap everywhere.
Yeah, a lot of balms. I think that would be a very popular thing.
You know those children's playgrounds? And it's that kind of
So fast.
But they have like the foam floor. You know they have those outside bars in Sydney. Just because there's been so many fights.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So they have that kind of like, so many blokes have just smacked their head.
Yeah.
So they kind of have that. But I feel like that'd be a good thing as well, to have a nightclub that's covered in that.
Yeah, and I think what we're describing is like a padded cell.
Yeah, it's basically a soft play centre for adults.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Which are fun places to go. You've got to have a kid though. It's crucial. But kind of being in I think they do have those, don't they? Have like kind of ball pits and whatnot that you can go to as an adult. I think like they have like zoo nights for the adults where you can go look at the animals at night and get pissed. They do that at London Zoo.
Would you I mean, have you been to one of these adult ball pits?
Christ, no.
Because I think it's such a funny idea until you're actually doing it, and then you're like, oh, this is quite shit actually.
Yeah, and also millions of babies have been there, and you're dealing with spit and
Kenny Baker's at the bottom.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Sorry, Ken. Here again.
Fuck you. Eat my ass.
And so forth. Allegedly.
Eat my ass. Allegedly, he liked having his ass eaten.
Something like that.
I've heard that he masturbated inside R2D2 and he had his ass eaten in a ball pit.
He wanted it.
He wanted it, yeah.
Sorry, there's I think the guy who played R2D2's in that ball pit, and he's pretty aggressive.
He's very aggressively asking to be rimmed by some of the elders.
Oh God. Oh. Yeah, Ronnie Corbett's in there too.
Ronnie Corbett.
He's got a really far away look in his eyes.
Ronnie Corbett's ironically got a picture of the back of his head on his front. He's desperate to not be recognised as.
What is your next brilliant thing?
This is a strange one. I don't know if this will make sense. I think you might connect with this. I really like when people are referred to by their full name.
Right.
And it's
not everyone has it, but who would be your classic?
Well, I mean, I can't think of anyone that I wouldn't. I mean, I suppose what I like about it is, particularly if you're talking about people you went to school with, people from your past, or even political figures, I think it reduces everyone in my head to like being a very vulnerable 8-year-old. Because I only ever referred to people by their full name in school when they were kind of in the distance, because you had your close friends who you referred to by full names. And then you'd be like, Dan's coming. Sorry, not Dan, Dan Compton or something like that. Who is Dan Compton? It's like a vision from another world. And I still enjoy that. Like whenever I hear people talk about their school days, I like it when they refer to people in full names. I imagine who they are. But then I suppose, is this resonating on any level, or have I reached too far here?
Do you go middle names?
I mean, if that's possible, if that's an option.
Yeah, it's funny because I'm thinking the only person I know that always referred to me by my full name was my agent's son when he was 5, and he would just call me Russell Howard. Russell Howard, do you do gigs every night, Russell Howard? And he would say my name as often as he could. It's very sweet.
Yeah.
I always found it quite strange when people would say that they were working on Russell Howard's Good News or the Russell Howard Hour, because it felt like I was making them say that. So I would just say Good News. It's so much easier for me. So I had this weird shame around the promotion of my name in a funny way.
Russell Howard's actually probably a really good one because it's actually
first names.
2 first names. It's actually kind of a powerful name, Russell Howard, I think. Wow, Russell Howard.
It's got symmetry in the syllables.
Baba
Baba.
baba. Yeah, that's what you want.
It should have been Baba Baba's Good News, and then we're fine. But my full moniker is Russell Joseph Howard.
Okay.
My son has 2 middle names.
I have 2 middle names.
Do you? What are those?
One of them is Joseph.
Oh, great.
So what's going on?
Yeah.
And one of them is Patrick.
Oh, solid.
Yeah.
Solid.
So there's a lot going on
There's
there.
a lot of Irish religion there.
Yeah, it's really like, yeah. It's like, you can make soda bread just in my stomach if you wanted. But I just really enjoy, but like I think about stuff like at some point William Clinton became Bill. That's the film I want to see. When does he become Bill? How do his friends handle it?
That's very good.
Yes. I'm Angela Merkel. No one, you'd never call her
Angie.
Angela or
yeah.
Ang.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's something quite
it's a really good point. Certain people don't have a nickname, like Nigel Farage is Nigel Farage. It's interesting when people just have one name. So you presume like Zendaya, Madonna, Ronaldinho.
But they're missing so much. They're missing out on so much. They're missing out on so much of life. What's Ronaldinho's surname? Do we know?
I think it's De Nazareth, something like that.
I mean,
let's see how close I am.
I mean, is Ronaldinho? I assume Ronaldinho is not just his birth name.
It's Gaucho.
Gaucho.
So translated, he's called Ronald Cowboy.
Well, that's great. Yeah.
And yet he picked Ronaldinho. It sounds like a shit beer.
What a great name.
Yeah.
What a great name to have after you score a really good goal. Cowboy. Lovely. I'm trying to get hold of this, but because whenever my full name is used, it's that classic thing. I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
Like mother, wife. If it's full name, it's like, well, I've done something.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I guess there's like certain friends that when we talk about other people, we will only ever. I was like, oh, I'm off to meet this person. And I don't know why. It fills me with a lot of joy, actually.
Oh, that's good. I tell you what I don't like. It's people referred to by surnames. Not a fan of that.
No, I'm not either.
Yeah. And there's certain comics that do that. And because there's quite a few comics that kind of went to private school and they do that thing and it just creates that kind of...
It's a private school thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think people would do that with me. I think McLoughlin is too much. It's too much, I think. McLoughlin is you're burning too many calories.
But you're right, though. You are, but you're definitely Sean McLoughlin. Like, it's like, because you're, particularly early on in your career, you were quite a mythical creature, that it would be that thing of like, that, I mean, you're a fantastic comic, but you could have gigs that went spectacularly well, or they could come off.
Yeah.
The wheel. So it was always like, Sean McLoughlin was on. You're like, okay, great. Which version?
Sean McLoughlin. Yeah.
Like, I don't mean that in a disparaging way.
No, of course.
I mean that it's sort of that classic comic where certain comics arrive kind of fully formed, and then certain comics are there, then they're not, then they're there, and then they make it, and it's kind of all the better for it.
I think Sean...
because you became one of those guys at the Edinburgh Festival where that you'd been going for a while, and then it was like, oh my god, no, he is on fire.
Yeah, I mean,
Did you feel that?
Yeah, it took me. Well, I always felt like I was. I guess how I felt was, I was one of the crap open spots for a long time, who would occasionally, like once every 10 gigs, smash a gig into oblivion.
Yeah.
Which made me think maybe I'm not just going to be one of the scrubs forever.
Yeah.
But it did take me a long time to kind of sand out some of the edges.
Why do you think that was? Given that you now have a mastery of your kind of persona and you know where you're going.
I think to be honest, I think I started stand up too young. I think I didn't have enough confidence in myself. I didn't really understand how much being on stage was going to overwhelm me.
Right, okay.
Especially if I felt exposed. Like, I'd done like acting in school, but like something like this was so beyond like what my hardware could deal with. I just think I needed to grow in. I just needed to grow into it. I need to grow into myself, really. If I could go back and have my time again, I would say to like my 19-year-old self.
Is that when you started?
Yeah, I'd say. Well, I mean, I did like 3 gigs a year for the first couple of years. I would say like just wait until you're 22. Just honestly, just wait until you're 22 because what you're about to do is eat a lot of shit in a lot of crappy, depressing places, and it's going to affect your self-esteem for a very long time. So just wait, enjoy yourself.
This is a very difficult question to pose to you, but what would be your top 3 names to say in complete form?
Top 3 names?
It could be friends.
I quite like the name Wayne Rooney.
Yep.
I like saying Wayne Rooney.
Yep.
None of it fits. It just doesn't quite work, Wayne Rooney, as a name. It sort of feels like it's been regenerated on Football Manager in like 2070 or something.
Yes.
And I guess like Idi Amin is a good name.
Yep.
Are people calling him Idi? Edie?
Friends are.
Friends.
I bet they're not. It's Idi Amin's here.
Idi Amin is here.
Yeah. Shh. Idi Amin's here. Like, it isn't going to be...
It's actually one of the great unifiers for me because I've known a lot of people from all different cultures around the world, and all of them I just prefer their full names. Yeah, I don't know. Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, he's definitely getting
I'm not calling him Un.
Yeah. And no one's going, Kim!
Gimme!
What you been doing? Did you? What, you did it in 17 strokes? Wow. I didn't know you could do that. It's a 26-hole course. Okay.
Oh, right, you're talking about golf.
Yeah. What's your next brilliant thing?
I love ice hockey.
Okay.
This is a very...
A lot of fighting.
Yeah, I like violence and camaraderie that I'm not a part of.
What? To play or to watch?
To watch, I would never play.
Okay.
How could I play? I've been ice skating once in my life, and I've watched it, and I don't think the sport is for me. But
you love to watch it.
Yeah, this is actually the first time I've gone public with how much I love it.
Live or on TV?
All of it.
Wow.
My wife is from Canada. I don't know if you've heard of Canada.
I have, yes.
They love ice hockey.
Oh, they do.
And I remember going over there to visit her for the first time and meet her family. I saw them out, and then I met them.
Yes.
And ice hockey's everywhere there. It's everywhere. And I thought, oh, that's cool. It's nice. And then she went away about 4 months later, and I missed her. And I couldn't sleep one night, and I was on Facebook, and all of her friends that I'd met were talking about ice hockey. They're talking about this team, the Ottawa Senators.
Yeah. Great name.
Isn't it brilliant?
Yeah.
And Ottawa was where she'd been living at the time, and so that was the city I knew well. And I thought, oh, I'm just going to find a stream just to maybe help me sleep. And it's like it's from another planet, this sport. I'd never seen it. Like, I knew about it sort of vaguely, but I'd never watched any ice hockey. And I just immediately thought, this is so exotic to me. The way they move, the sound of it, the noises of it. I thought it was amazing because it's so graceful and it's so violent at exactly the same time.
And it's, like you say, the fact that loads of Canadians play it are very kind, nice people that also get on ice and then kick the shit out of each other, which seems insane given how polite and friendly most Canadians are.
You have to be, I think you have to be like a genuine thug at times doing that. I mean, I I don't think I'd last a minute playing that sport.
But it's the fact that you're allowed to fight.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy.
Sort of.
Oh, really? Has that changed now?
No, well, it depends on the league. They have different attitudes in different
Yeah,
leagues
yeah,
across
yeah.
the world. But in Canada, they will allow it. It is technically against the rules, but the referees will turn a blind eye to it and see it as part of the culture.
But it's not a blind eye, is it? Because they're there in the stadium kicking the shit out of each other. But that's what's funny. It's the fact that the ref's like, come on then, get out of your system, and then they get sent off.
But they only get 2 minutes, right? They only get 2 minutes. It's like a 2-minute penalty.
Yeah.
In the sin bin.
In
What's
the
funny
sin
is
bin,
when
yeah.
it started, ice hockey, the sin bin, there was one, and they'd both go in the same one and just continue to kick the fuck out of each other in the sin bin.
It's one of those things that doesn't make sense until you're there. You know, it's a bit like pro wrestling. Until you're actually there watching it, it doesn't make any sense. But I went to an Ottawa Senators game a couple of years ago, and it was New Year's Eve, and the home team won 5-1, and the captain got sent off because he was in so many fights. And there is no part of me that thought that the fighting was taking away from the experience.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been to my wife's tiny hometown hockey team, and they used to have this is like youth hockey. Like none of the players are older than 15, and the popularity of their local team has declined massively. They used to get 10,000 a week to watch 15-year-olds because they had a deal which was if there's less than 5 fights, we give you your money back. That was the deal they ran.
Oh my God.
And then a bunch of high school kids kept having massive concussions, and they had to stop it.
And the locals were like, well, we're not watching.
No, exactly. I went with my father-in-law to watch children, and all he was screaming was, take the gloves off, hit it. That's all.
Wow.
I think someone hasn't told Canadians that boxing exists.
Yeah.
Like there's something hasn't reached them.
But isn't it wild, though? Because presumably your father-in-law, not a violent guy, classic Canadian friendly chap. And that must be insane to kind of watch a hockey game.
Yeah.
And just see somebody switch like that.
Yeah.
And then go, okay, let's go home. It's so.
But these people are. I watched a mini documentary once about one of the leagues in Quebec, which is like deep French Canada. But it's a professional league that's only there. And I guess the only thing I'd compare it to is there was a guy there who's basically his whole career is he wants to get to 1,000 fights. I think it was. He goes, I need to get to 1,000 fights, and they're following him. They're following him as he's being like stitched up after games.
Presumably following him very gingerly and giving him a lot of space because that is a volatile man.
But he's
you ready to do your interview? The fuck did you say? Oh God! Go on.
His thing is, he said at one point, he goes, we're matadors.
Right.
He goes to Canadians, particularly French Canadians, people who fight in ice hockey. They're not. It's not like it's part of a team sport. They are a cultural figure similar to like bullfighters. That's how they view themselves.
Yeah.
So it's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. But the sport is so fun. It's such a great sport to go see. I've seen it in like loads of different countries. There's a team near me in Streatham, and I go and see them, and it's so fun.
Is it unbelievably fast paced when you're there? Just like
yeah.
It looks really exciting.
It's an amazing sport. It's the funnest sport to go and see live.
Did you ever? How old are you? 38.
Yeah.
Did you ever play Speedball 2 on the Commodore Amiga?
Ice cream.
Yeah, because it was a really cool, fast paced kind of. It was like ice hockey meets weird genetic aliens.
No, I never did.
God, it was a good game.
That sounds fun.
It was. All
well,
right.
it sounds like a perfect mix of a lot of my answers.
But it was. Whenever I always quite like playing ice hockey computer games because of the speed.
Yeah.
And what's the shot where
the slap shot?
Oh God, that's fun, isn't it? Where you can just whack it.
They're these guys. You look at them. It's like I wonder if there's any sport where you have to be that good at so many things to make it, because you're effectively a speed skater and you're a heavyweight boxer, but also you're kind of the skill you have to have in your wrists and what you. I mean, it's really mad thing.
Can I ask about the goalkeepers?
Yeah,
Because in football, goalkeepers have a reputation for being a little bit unhinged, but presumably in ice hockey they are completely mental.
Well, Sam Seaborn from The West Wing, Rob Lowe plays him. So he said in an episode, why don't they just get a sumo wrestler to sit in the goal, like the fattest man you can possibly get?
Yeah.
And then the chances of getting it because they're fully padded up.
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
So you just need. It isn't about being lithe and springy. It's about surface area, surely.
Well, yeah. I mean, I assume that's viewed as unsportsmanlike.
Right.
I mean, I actually don't
if
know.
the keeper's too fat.
I assume that they're like, look, it's a sort of gentleman's agreement that we're not going to get the fattest people in the town to sit in goal.
Right.
Look, I can't say that for certain. I like that that's what you took from The West Wing.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I've watched it so many times that I just remember that and just thinking he makes a very solid point. It's also that interesting thing when you see. You can see the writer behind the show. So that's obviously something that's kind of like rankled in Adam Sorkin's mind.
Yeah.
And I presume he's bought the tits off his mates.
Yeah.
And his mates have watched that and gone, I see you put your fucking ice hockey.
Yeah.
Ah, shut up.
Yeah, you managed to crowbar that little factoid into the Teachers Union episode.
It absolutely would have been.
I'd recommend ice hockey to anyone. I mean, I just to go and watch.
Who are your teams?
I like the Ottawa Senators.
Obviously.
I don't know why. I don't. I mean, they're fun, I guess. I've been to see Prague a couple of times. Sparta Prague. If you're to Prague for a weekend, go to the ice hockey. It's like €8 a ticket. It's like $1.50 a drink. It's so fun. I went to a game in Helsinki once. That was really violent. Like the fans were quite violent.
Yeah.
That one felt like going to a Millwall game.
Okay.
And then go to Streatham. Go to the ones in. Or there's a professional league in the UK, but there's no actual team in London. But there is.
I'm pretty sure Peter Cech plays.
Yeah, he plays for one of the teams in the lower league, like the real lower league.
I had a really interesting conversation. I did a charity football game, and he was he's a drummer, and I think he might be a real bookie guy. And also is an amazing goalkeeper, but also plays ice hockey as well. Really fascinating chap.
Goalkeepers, I do feel like they have to have that. They're more well-rounded, I think, in their outlook because there's a very lonely life, isn't it? You have to just be on your own all the time. So yeah, you probably do read a few more books.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you've never felt the desire to play.
Well, I don't even know how to ice skate. I most things in life, I feel like eventually I could figure out how to do it. If I had 20 years from now to focus on it. I watch ice hockey and I think there are so many things that all of these players are doing at all times.
Yes.
To me, it's like, it's the most impossible thing to do. It's the most impossible thing. To skate that well is impossible. Let alone to control a puck, to pass the puck as you're moving, to collect a puck.
And because you're all going, I mean, the speeds they must pick up and then stop and then go the other way and then.
And also, I would do one thing well.
Yeah.
And then you wouldn't be able to enjoy it because a 200-pound fridge is about to smash you into the boards. And then I'd spend about 5 minutes recovering from that. I sort of admire them. I don't know how any of them live past 50, but I do admire them.
What's your next brilliant thing?
I really like ordering burgers in pubs.
Like in pubs?
Pubs, I guess some restaurants, but mainly in pubs. This is what I'm thinking about.
Why?
Particularly, there's one moment in a pub where I think there's a phrase a lot of people say when you look at the menu and you say, I might just get the burger.
Okay.
I'm just going to get the burger. That's my favourite thing in the world, to just say that. Because I always like to fool myself when I look at a pub menu. And I go, I'm going to see what they've got. My eyes immediately go to the burger. Because it's the best thing on the menu.
Right.
It's the best thing on certainly in a pub menu. I'm not going to risk anything else. And I think, who the fuck am I kidding?
Right.
Who the fuck am I kidding whenever I look at it and I go, I might do this. That looks... None of it looks good. None of it. The burger will be fine. And then it arrives, and then I always go, how's the food? Who the fuck is a burger? Who gives a shit? I think it's more like...
You're giving me real kind of mentally deranged, foul-mouthed Seinfeld. Like, I was just imagining that. Like, I was imagining this is a Seinfeld routine that you're doing... Like through Sean McLaughlin.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Who the fuck am I kidding?
Who the fuck am I kidding?
What do I think I am? Who do I think I am? Like,
I'm getting the burger. Do you know what I mean, though? Of course we're getting the burger, and of course we're going to love it. And even if you don't, I'm not going to order the shepherd's pie, am I?
Yeah. But it's the idea that this kind of waitress is there, and you're having this conversation at her, just say burger, mate. And you're like, I'm not going to fucking have that. Am I?
Well, obviously I'm getting the burger.
Yeah, certainly.
But I guess there's like
Risotto?
what I like is
Am I mad? I don't know. Not,
I am a normal person. I think I'm maybe giving a very unusual account of just like this Star Trek incel nerd who goes and watches violence
No, I love
and
it.
then orders the burger. But I think it's more like I like just giving into the most obvious thing.
Yes.
And also the way you frame it when you go, I might just get the burger. As if you're saying, I'm doing the staff and this conversation a favour by just taking the easy road.
It's sad though because you clearly love a burger.
Yeah.
So you say, I might just get the burger. It feels like you're not being adventurous, and yet you're doing exactly what your body wants.
Of course.
But there's something quite sad about that.
But isn't that life though? You always have to be like, I might just do
It's
just do the exact thing that my heart has been wanting all day.
Social pressure.
Yeah, it is social
Everyone's
pressure.
telling Sean that if he gets the burger, he's a basic bitch.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to come across that way.
Yeah. My idea of like being glamorous when ordering a burger is getting onion rings instead of chips.
Yeah.
That's me going crazy.
Take me through your perfect burger.
Well, I don't even eat meat, so this whole thing is even nuts for me.
What a revelation.
Oh my God, after all of that.
But that's the best bit. Is I go. Do you have a veggie burger? Yeah. I go. I'll just have that.
Yeah. Well, that makes total sense.
Yeah, it makes sense now. If your
Yeah.
only option is nut roast or burger.
No, there's usually
You
other
said
stuff.
shepherd's pie. You led us down a completely different
Yeah, I
path.
probably should have opened with that.
Okay, but you can do a lot now with the Beyond Meat and all that. So now, you can just smother them in kind of fake cheese. Are you vegan?
No, I have real cheese.
Well, there you go.
Cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, and mustard. That's all I want.
Yeah,
And a
yeah.
bun.
Do you have a brioche bun or do you like
Nah, I'll have
just whatever the pub's got?
whatever you've got, guys.
Squish with the fat hands of a chef.
Yeah, squid with the fat hands of a chef. Couple of nice chips on the side.
Yeah.
In one of those little one of those sort of
Oh,
aluminium,
yeah,
like
yeah.
like an old ashtray almost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And then just leave me alone.
Yep.
And I want to order it, and I want it on my table like 2 minutes later.
Yes.
And I don't want you to even look me in the eye as you're ordering it. There has to be a complete understanding that we've all let ourselves down here.
Imagine if you had the courage to say all of these things. If you went, look, I want that. I'm not gonna have anything else. Bring it here in 2 minutes, and then fuck off.
I admire anytime I meet someone or I go out for dinner with someone, and I know, like people in my family in particular, like if I'm in a pub with them, and they will always just order whatever the worst thing is. They never even consider. They don't have this charade in their head that they might order something else. They'll go in and just go, yeah, what's got the most meat? What's the biggest, thickest, dodgiest thing I can order? That is what I'm going to order. There's a place near me that is a burger place, but it is clearly so embarrassed to be a burger place that they've tried to make it seem like it's more than that.
Yeah.
So they've called themselves a burger social.
Right.
I don't know what sort of weird sort of NLP you're trying on me. Is that the phrase? Yeah, NLP. But it's like, just if you're that embarrassed about just running a burger place, not everything has to be a WeWork, you know?
Yeah.
Not everything has to be an event. Like, people like burgers, so just sell them.
That
And
could
sell
be the
them to
shop.
me
It could
every
be
time.
called People Like Burgers.
Yeah, people like burgers. Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to do. I want to. That's one of my favorite things is just ordering the burger.
Are you
But
a barbecue guy? It's always exciting. Like you can feel it. We're currently in March when this is recorded, and we've had a few nice sunny days. We're not quite there yet, but we are not far away
I
from that first barbecue of the year. What a feeling that is! I love it.
I like basically anything like that. Anything where there's like a pageantry to food, or that the food is a bit crap, I'm all in. I was saying to you before, I'm just doing a bit of tax stuff at the moment. And I'm going through a lot of receipts. The amount of like Cornwall Pasty Company receipts I'm trying to put through on my travels. I think, this is why I'm struggling to wake up in the morning, because I'm...
It's funny, isn't it? It's a real window into what you do and eat. And
Yeah.
I had a period of like just Nando's, man.
Is Nando's like... Is Nando's good for you, or is it?
I think it's probably the healthiest of all the chain ones.
Yeah.
my son, we took him to a Nando's for the first time, and he is 20 months, and he now says Nando's.
Does he?
First word.
Well, not his first, but he's now at that stage where he was like halfway through, go Nando's.
When does
Nando's.
when does he say it? When he sees a Nando's or when he sees anything?
He just said it about 15 times during the meal and just kept going Nando's, Nando's, and he was holding on to the little kind of chicken thing that they have the other on the table, and he was kind of waving it around. So
Has he ever looked at you in the shower and said it?
he hasn't. He's obsessed with Nando's. Though it's funny.
That's sweet. Does Nando's have a good kid offering? Is there a Happy Meal version?
It's called the Nandinios. It's lovely. So he had a pita, and he greatly enjoyed it. But it's
and what's Nandinio's surname?
Yeah,
exactly.
Nando Cowboy.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I ask on the pageantry of food, what's the most lavish, pageantry-filled meal you've ever had in your life?
I mean, I wouldn't even know where to begin to answer that question. The most lavish pageantry-filled.
You say you like a bit of pageantry with your food?
I suppose stuff like when food is the event.
Yeah.
I like that. What's
Yes.
the most lavish one I've had?
Yeah.
I went to a baseball game last year, and it was in Toronto, and it was
Maple Leafs?
no
Blue Jays,
the
is
Blue
it?
Jays is
Blue
the
Jays,
yeah
that's it.
Maple Leafs is the hockey team.
yeah.
Who go back to ice hockey? I've played at their I did tour support in their arena.
Wow.
They're the biggest rival of the Ottawa Senators.
Did you mention it?
I did mention it, and I've done it. Yeah, I've done it twice, and both times backstage, I went into their players' lounge because it was just unlocked. Wow! And I stole a TV remote.
Oh my god!
I've done it twice, and I've stolen a TV remote because it works on my TV at home. So that's it. They're down. That's my.
Yeah.
This is for the Senators.
Yeah, this is me supporting the boys.
Yeah.
Is making it so they've had a half a minute where they couldn't turn the telly on in one of their lounges.
But as far as I like that, it's a very small act of rebellion.
It really is. Yeah.
Very nice.
But I went to a Blue Jays game and it was $1 hot dog night. So that was probably a big pageantry thing.
How many do you have?
We had I had 7.
Jesus.
Yeah. Well, it's theirs.
Yeah.
Why not? It's 7. You have 7 hot dogs and you don't eat before.
Yeah.
Or for 2 weeks afterwards.
I think we've got different understandings of pageantry.
Yeah, I think we might do as well. What did you have in your head?
Don't know,
Like a regatta or something?
Well, you don't eat meat, do you?
No.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah, they had vegetarian
Okay,
hot dogs.
Fine. I'm thinking like
Columbo might have just cracked the case there. I'm definitely a man who enjoys eating out, but I never eat anywhere remotely high end.
Yeah.
I'm like a lower mid is like my sort of dojo in terms of eating out.
my friend Peter buried a sheep once for 2 days. That was the most exciting meal I ever had.
He buried a sheep.
Yep.
What is
Onto the ground.
Is that I think.
What I don't.
And then we dug it up and ate it.
So what?
Was the sheep was alive when you buried?
Not after 2 days.
So did you? So you had like hot coals underground.
yeah. And then
So that's
you
what they
bury
do in New Zealand. It's called a like a lungi or something.
Yeah, and then you dig it all up and.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know that you buried the sheep with like heating. I didn't know what the hell you were talking about.
It sounds like a sexual metaphor as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Bury the sheep.
Yeah, you buried a sheep.
Kenny Baker's been burying the sheep in the old R2 outfit.
That is the perfect way of ending the episode. Listen, if there's any Kenny Baker fans in, I apologise profusely. This is all rumour and lies. I really enjoyed that, Sean. Thanks very much.
Thank you, guys.